Life is different here. It's vibrant, animated, and mysterious. Welcome to the world of the deep sea.
An estimated 97% of the world's water is found in the ocean. Because of this, the ocean has considerable impact on weather, temperature, and the food supply of humans and other organisms. Despite its size and impact on the lives of every organism on Earth, the ocean remains a mystery. More than 80% of the ocean has not been mapped, explored, or even seen by humans. 12 humans set foot on the moon, but only 4 made it to the Mariana Trench, which is the lowest point on Earth. But why? Come and join us to find this mystery. A far greater percentage of the surfaces of the moon and the planet Mars has been mapped and studied than of our own ocean floor. Although there is much more to learn, oceanographers have already made some amazing discoveries. In this video, we delve into the surprising facts of the ocean. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and share your opinions about this amazing video in the comments below. Mountain ranges. We know that the ocean contains towering mountain ranges and deep canyons known as trenches, just like those on land. The longest mountain chain is also hidden in the mysterious underwater world. The mid-ocean ridge is almost 40,000 miles long, 40,000 miles, 65,000 kilometers. People studied only about 1% of this ridge. We know less of this chain than we know about the surface of Mars or Venus. Challenger Deep, the southern part of the Mariana Trench, that's a small valley at an extreme depth of a little bit over 36,000 feet, 11,000 m. The peak of the world's highest mountain, Mount Everest in the Himalaya, measuring 8.85 kilometers, 5.49 miles high, would not even break the surface of the water if it was placed in the Pacific Ocean's Mariana Trench or Philippine Trench, two of the deepest parts of the ocean. Pressure of oceans. It's a lot easier to send people into space than it is to send people to the bottom of the ocean because of the severe pressure, zero visibility, and extremely low temperatures found at greater depths. The intense pressures in the deep ocean make it an extremely difficult environment to explore. The deeper you go into the ocean, the more water pressure pushes against your body, eventually crushing your internal organs. While we don't know exactly the point where humans can't dive, deep sea divers have reached far depths but have been known to cough up blood after coming back up, indicating their lungs were being crushed under the enormous pressure. In fact, for every 10 meters traveled deeper into the ocean, there is an additional 6.47 kilograms, 14.27 pounds of pressure on each square inch of surface. In order to descend to greater ocean depths, scientists and explorers must use specially designed equipment like remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, and manned submersibles that can operate under extreme pressures. Underwater rivers and lakes. Rivers and lakes in the depths of the ocean. There are rivers and lakes. The reason lakes and rivers can form and flow directly inside the ocean is that the combination of seaway and hydrogen sulfide is much heavier than the surrounding water. The world's biggest waterfall, called the Denmark Strait Cataract, is underwater, 2 in the waters between Iceland and Greenland. Its height is 11,500 feet, and the amount of water is over 2,000 times more than Niagara Falls. Since cold water has a higher density than hot water, it can fall into the warmer Erminger Sea, creating an underwater waterfall, the Longest Bloop. Scientists monitor sounds in the ocean, and they've discovered some truly bizarre and eerie noises. While you might think the ocean depths would be silent, the deep sea is actually rather noisy from natural and man-made forces. Most sound sources are easy for them to determine. However, once in a while, they'll hear abnormal noises like the bloop that continue to baffle them to this day. The bloop was one of the loudest underwater sounds ever recorded. Hydrophones, underwater microphones, more than 3.000 miles apart, all captured the same noise. And researchers at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, which first recorded the bloop, couldn't figure out what had caused it. After 15 years, the NOAA concluded that the noise came from an icequake, which is when seismic activities cause a break in frozen ground. However, many people still question this conclusion, and the bloop is the source of many conspiracy theories to this day. The Denmark Strait. The Denmark Strait, southward flowing frigid water from the Nordic seas, meets warmer water from the Erminger Sea. The cold, dense water quickly sinks below the warmer water and flows over the huge drop in the ocean floor. creating a downward flow estimated over 123 million cubic feet per second. Rivers flowing over Earth's gorges create waterfalls that are natural wonders, drawing millions of visitors to their breathtaking beauty, grandeur, and power. But no waterfall is larger or more powerful than those that lie beneath the ocean, cascading over immense cataracts hidden from our view. Indeed, the world's largest waterfall lies beneath the Denmark Strait, which separates Iceland and Greenland. At the bottom of the strait are a series of cataracts that begin 2,000 feet under the strait's surface and plunge to a depth of 10,000 feet at the southern tip of Greenland, nearly a 2-mile drop. But how can there be waterfalls in the ocean? It's because cold water is denser than warm water, and in the Denmark Strait, southward flowing frigid water from the Nordic seas meets warmer water from the Irminger Sea. The cold, dense water quickly sinks below the warmer water and flows over the huge drop in the ocean floor, creating a downward flow estimated at well over 123 million cubic feet per second. Because it flows beneath the ocean surface, however, the massive turbulence of the Denmark Strait goes completely undetected without the aid of scientific instruments. Giant squid. This huge animal could be the mythical kraken featured in Pirates of the Caribbean and Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Although it's unlikely that the giant squid actually attacked ships, very little is known about this mysterious creature of the deep. It wasn't even photographed alive until 2004 and not filmed until several years later, when it was caught at the surface. Underwater video was not accomplished until 2012. Scientists have learned virtually nothing about the lives of these deep-sea giants, not even how big they get, although some estimates predict they grow up to 66 feet. Only their cousin, the colossal squid, might be bigger in weight, although probably not length, but even less is known about them. Tons of gold. The world's ocean waters contain nearly 20 million tons of gold. However, the gold is diluted, and there currently isn't a cost-effective method of mining it. If we could harvest this bounty, every person on Earth would possess about 9 pounds of gold. The ocean floor also has undissolved gold embedded in it, but it's not cost-effective to mine it. However, if it were equally distributed among every person on Earth, everyone would receive 9 pounds of gold. Currently, there's no cost-effective method to remove the gold from seawater and be profitable. However, that didn't stop many eager inventors and investors, both legitimate and scammers. In the 1890s, Pastor Ford Jernigan came up with a plan for a gold accumulator in a fever dream. The plan was to extract gold from the Long Island Sound using a process involving mercury and electricity treatments. Point Nemo. There's a unique spot in the Pacific Ocean where you're farther from all your problems than in any other place on Earth. It's called Point Nemo, and it's about 1,500 miles, 2,400 kilometers, away from the closest points of land. It's quite hard to get there. First, it's not a bit of land, so you can't actually see it. Second, even the person who discovered it back in 1992 never visited it. The ocean doesn't get struck by lightning as often as the land does, but when this happens, the results can be way worse than on the ground, since water is conductive, so lightning spreads across the ocean really fast. Cold water surrounding your body while swimming may feel refreshing, but that's not a protective layer, and you can still get sunburn. In fact, the water only reflects 10% of UV rays, while the sand reflects an additional 15% of the sun rays. Bioluminescence. In the depths of our planet's oceans and amidst the lush forest, there exists a captivating phenomenon that seems straight out of a fairy tale: bioluminescence. This enthralling natural spectacle, often referred to as nature's magical light show, remains one of the most mysterious and captivating wonders of the living world. In the dark of the ocean, bioluminescence can help organisms to survive. Some fish dangle a lighted lure in front of their mouths to attract prey, while some squid shoot out bioluminescent liquid instead of ink to confuse their predators. Worms and tiny crustaceans also use bioluminescence to attract mates. Bioluminescent organisms live throughout the water column, from the surface to the seafloor, from near the coast to the open ocean. In the deep sea, bioluminescence is extremely common, and because the deep sea is so vast, bioluminescence may be the most common form of communication on the planet. White Shark Cafe. Every year, sharks come closer and closer to the ocean shores, including the notorious great white shark. Like any predator, sharks go where the food is, And while humans are not normally part of their menu, they prefer seals. They could easily mistake you for something that is on their menu. Most great white sharks hunt in shallow parts off the coasts of Hawaii and California. But once every year, at a certain spot between Hawaii and North America, great white sharks converge. Scientists call it the White Shark Cafe. What makes it even more terrifying is we don't even know why. Some have speculated it is a mating ritual. However, they also are known to go down to extreme depths, which is unlike them. This created the theory they go there every year to feast on giant squid. Either way, it's a little creepy. While sharks might freak you out, they're not nearly as dangerous as another creature lurking in the ocean, the box jellyfish. This creature's venomous sting packs quite a wallop. To put it in perspective, you have a better chance of surviving the bite of a black widow spider than a box jellyfish. What's worse is that box jellyfish stings are not that uncommon. More people die every year from their sting than shark attacks. The ocean is responsible for producing around 70% of the oxygen we breathe. This is due to the plants, kelp, algal plankton, etc., which produce oxygen as a byproduct of photosynthesis. Blue-ringed octopus. If you're in Australia, you may want to be aware of the blue-ringed octopus. It's one of the deadliest sea creatures in the ocean. Because of its tetrodotoxin, it's incredibly dangerous. When contact occurs, people rarely know they've been bit, and the symptoms come on rapidly. It only takes about 10 minutes for vomiting and total paralysis to manifest. Unless you have immediate medical attention, death is almost certain. These tiny cephalopods certainly pack a big punch. A bite from a blue ring could kill up to 26 people in mere minutes. Produced by symbiotic bacteria in their salivary glands, the venom is tetrodotoxin, a neurotoxin also found in pufferfish, which is over 1,000 times more toxic than cyanide. Depending on the dose, the victim can develop numbness, difficulty in swallowing, and muscle paralysis. Death is usually by respiratory failure due to the diaphragm becoming paralyzed. While bites from blue-ringed octopuses are rare, it is always worth admiring them from a distance. The Pacific Ocean is becoming smaller. The Pacific Ocean is becoming smaller on the other hand. The Atlantic Ocean is relatively shallow because large parts of its seafloor are made up of continental shelves, parts of the continents that extend far out into the ocean. The average depth of the entire ocean is 3,720 meters, 12,200 feet. The ocean is coming closer to you and faster than you think. The National Ocean Service claims the oceans have risen 2.4 inches above the natural rate. Ocean warming due to rising thermal temperatures and land-based ice melting are behind the increase. Many fear major floods could make many world cities unlivable, crushing the world economy. Other facts. It is unknown how many different species call the ocean their home. With many marine ecosystems suffering from rising sea temperatures, pollution, and other problems, some oceanographers believe the number of species is dropping. Still, there may be many positive surprises waiting for oceanographers in the years ahead. It could be that more than 90% of the ocean species are still undiscovered, with some scientists estimating there are anywhere between a few 100,000 and a few million more to be discovered. Currently, scientists know of around 226,000 ocean species. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also give your comments.